Have you ever casually tossed your bag onto a chair, thinking nothing of it, or perhaps left a pile of laundry or an old wallet lying around without a second thought? What if I told you that these seemingly insignificant habits could be influencing the flow of abundance and prosperity in your life? In Buddhist philosophy, everything around us carries energy, and our relationship with our space directly affects our well-being. Every object in your home holds a certain vibration. Some enhance prosperity, while others create blockages. To cultivate a life of abundance, we must be mindful of what we place in our surroundings. Small shifts in daily habits can lead to profound changes in our energy, financial stability, and overall peace of mind. Rotten food and the energy of decay. Imagine walking into a monastery nestled in the mountains, where monks live by a simple yet deeply intentional philosophy. Everything has its time, and when that time passes, it must be released. If you were to leave rotten food in such a sacred space, it would disrupt the harmony, symbolizing stagnation, loss, and even spiritual neglect. This principle applies to our own homes as well. Food is meant to nourish us, to provide energy and sustenance. But when it decays, its energy shifts. It no longer sustains life, but instead represents deterioration. In Buddhist teachings, impermanence is one of the core truths of existence. Everything is in a constant state of change, and clinging to things past their prime, whether it be spoiled food, outdated beliefs, or relationships that no longer serve us, creates blockages in our lives. The same applies to our financial and emotional well-being. If we allow things to decay around us, we may find ourselves stuck in old patterns, unable to embrace new opportunities. A cluttered environment filled with unnecessary, expired, or forgotten items can become a reflection of internal turmoil, making it harder to invite abundance into our lives. I once knew a woman who had a beautiful fruit bowl in her home, always filled with apples and bananas, but she often let the fruit sit too long until they shriveled and turned brown. Over time, she noticed a pattern. Her business was struggling, her energy felt stagnant, and she couldn't seem to find new inspiration. One day, after reading about the connection between our physical environment and our spiritual state, she made a commitment to always keep her fruit fresh. It was a small but profound shift. Almost immediately, she felt lighter, more optimistic, and new clients began reaching out to her. The solution to avoiding this type of stagnation is simple yet powerful. Clear out what no longer serves you. This isn't just about cleanliness, it's about honoring the natural cycle of renewal. When we remove what is decayed, we make room for fresh, nourishing energy to enter our lives. A home that is vibrant and cared for fosters a thriving and prosperous mindset, and in turn, invites prosperity into all aspects of our lives. The symbolism of your wallet. Your wallet is more than just a place to store money. It is a reflection of your financial energy and mindset. In Buddhist thought, our relationship with money is deeply tied to our sense of security and abundance. A cluttered or neglected wallet can be a subtle indicator of financial instability, mirroring a careless approach to prosperity. In my travels, I once met a monk in Thailand who carried an old, well-kept pouch for his alms. He explained that even though monks rely on donations, he always ensured his pouch was neat and respected because it represented his connection to the generosity of others. If you respect the vessel, he told me, it will always be full. This wisdom applies to all of us. If we treat our wallets with care, we cultivate an energy of abundance and financial stability. One simple yet powerful practice is to keep a small amount of money in your wallet at all times, regardless of your financial situation. This practice serves as a reminder that wealth flows and is always available to us. It is an affirmation of trust in the universe's ability to provide. Another mindful habit is to organize your wallet regularly. Remove old receipts, straighten your bills, and ensure that it remains a place of order. This small act not only fosters a sense of financial discipline, but also sends a signal to your subconscious that you are capable of managing wealth responsibly. A neglected wallet often symbolizes scattered financial energy. By maintaining it with intention and care, you align yourself with a mindset of prosperity and invite abundance into your life. Treat it as a sacred object, a tool for financial mindfulness, and a representation of your self-worth. Just as we clean our homes to invite fresh energy, keeping our wallet in order creates space for financial opportunities to flow effortlessly. Shoes, carriers of external energies. Shoes are more than just protective gear for our feet. They are silent witnesses to our journeys, collecting the energies of every place we visit. In many Buddhist cultures, removing shoes before entering a home or temple is an act of purification. This practice symbolizes leaving behind external worries, worldly burdens, and negative energy before stepping into a sacred space of peace and mindfulness. I once visited a Zen monastery where the act of removing shoes was treated as a moment of reflection. A senior monk explained, "When you remove your shoes, you are not just taking them off. You are shedding the weight of the day, releasing tension, and preparing yourself to enter a space of clarity and serenity." This simple yet profound practice reminds us to be conscious of what we bring into our living environments. Throwing shoes onto a chair or leaving them scattered disrupts the harmony of your space. It signifies instability, disorganization, and a lack of grounding. In contrast, designating a specific place for shoes, neatly arranging them in a shoe rack or at the entrance, helps create clear boundaries between the chaos of the outside world and the sanctuary of your home. From a spiritual perspective, a cluttered entrance with shoes haphazardly tossed around can block the natural flow of positive energy, making it harder to cultivate a sense of calm and financial stability. Just as a well-maintained wallet symbolizes respect for financial abundance, keeping shoes in order signifies respect for your personal space and the energies that flow through it. To truly embody the Buddhist principle of mindfulness in everyday life, take a moment each day to align your shoes with intention. This simple practice not only fosters an organized living space, but also reinforces the mindset of bringing awareness, respect, and stability into all aspects of your life. The weight of broken items. Broken objects in your home subtly impact your psyche. A cracked mirror, a shattered dish, or a broken clock. All of these send messages to our subconscious about loss, imperfection, and lack. In Buddhist teachings, impermanence is a guiding principle. Nothing lasts forever, and clinging to what is broken can hold us back from renewal. I recall a friend who struggled with financial difficulties for years. When she sought advice from a Buddhist teacher, he asked about her home. She realized she had been holding on to a broken watch from her late father, feeling guilty about letting it go. The teacher gently advised her, "By keeping something broken, you are anchoring yourself in the past. Honor his memory, but allow yourself to embrace the present." When she finally released the watch, she felt an unexpected sense of relief. Soon after, new career opportunities began to arise. This principle applies not just to physical objects, but also to outdated thoughts and beliefs. What are you holding on to that no longer serves you? By discarding or repairing broken things, you symbolically repair areas of your life that need attention, opening pathways for abundance and clarity. By becoming mindful of these seemingly trivial habits, we shift the energy of our surroundings, creating an environment that nurtures prosperity, balance, and inner peace. Small changes in how we treat our belongings can lead to profound transformations in our lives. Observe your space with awareness, make intentional choices, and watch as the energy in your home shifts to align with abundance and fulfillment. Dirty clothes and stagnant energy. Throughout the day, our clothing absorbs energy from our emotions, interactions, and environment. Each fabric carries the energy of where we have been, the people we've encountered, and even our own state of mind. When we let dirty clothes accumulate in our living spaces, we unknowingly invite stagnant energy, blocking the flow of creativity, clarity, and even financial opportunities. Documents and bills. The burden of unresolved matters. Financial stress often stems from disorganization. Many of us accumulate stacks of unpaid bills and unread documents, leaving them in cluttered piles that loom over us like a weight on our shoulders. In Buddhist mindfulness practices, the present moment is emphasized, not just as a means of inner peace, but as a tool for taking action and freeing ourselves from unnecessary suffering. A Tibetan monk once told me a story about his master, who insisted on addressing all matters immediately. "The mind is like a room," he said. "The more disorder we allow, the harder it is to find clarity." The same applies to our financial documents. When we avoid dealing with them, we unknowingly invite stress and stagnation into our lives. I knew someone who constantly felt overwhelmed by money worries, yet when I visited his home, I saw unopened bills scattered everywhere. He admitted that just looking at them made him anxious. When he finally took a deep breath and sorted them, something remarkable happened. His anxiety lessened, and within weeks, unexpected financial opportunities arose. Buddhist teachings remind us that by clearing what burdens us, we open space for new energy to flow. Designate a specific place for financial documents, tackle bills promptly, and adopt a proactive mindset. This simple practice transforms paperwork from a source of dread into a symbol of control and responsibility, ultimately paving the way for financial clarity and abundance. By becoming mindful of these seemingly trivial habits, we shift the energy of our surroundings, creating an environment that nurtures prosperity, balance, and inner peace. Small changes in how we treat our belongings can lead to profound transformations in our lives. Observe your space with awareness, make intentional choices, and watch as the energy in your home shifts to align with abundance and fulfillment. Watches and jewelry. Respecting personal energy. Every piece of jewelry and every watch carries memories, emotions, and personal energy. These items often accompany us through significant life moments, weddings, milestones, or even daily rituals. In Buddhist thought, objects absorb the essence of our experiences, and how we treat them reflects our relationship with our past, our present, and even our future. I once met a Buddhist nun who spoke about her simple mala beads. She had worn them for years, using them during meditation and prayer. Over time, the beads had become deeply infused with her energy. When I placed them mindfully in their sacred space, she said, I am acknowledging their importance and the energy they carry. In contrast, she explained that carelessly tossing such objects around weakens their significance and disturbs their energy flow. Leaving watches and jewelry scattered on a chair or carelessly placed in random areas of the house signifies a lack of regard for their symbolic and energetic value. In many ways, it is an unconscious act of disconnecting from our own journey. By treating these items with care, storing them in designated spaces, keeping them clean, and occasionally reflecting on their significance, we invite stability, self-respect, and financial well-being into our lives. Much like the respect we offer to our wallets, the way we handle our watches and jewelry sends a powerful message to the universe. If we respect what we have, we signal that we are ready to receive more. If we neglect these meaningful possessions, we may inadvertently invite disorder into our financial and emotional realms. By becoming mindful of these seemingly trivial habits, we shift the energy of our surroundings, creating an environment that nurtures prosperity, balance, and inner peace. Small changes in how we treat our belongings can lead to profound transformations in our lives. Observe your space with awareness, make intentional choices, and watch as the energy in your home shifts to align with abundance and fulfillment. Electronics and the chaos of distraction. Our digital devices consume our attention, often pulling us away from mindful living. How often do we absent-mindedly leave our phones, laptops, or tablets scattered across our space, only to feel an undercurrent of stress and distraction? In Buddhist teachings, mindfulness is the path to clarity and intentionality. When our environment is cluttered with technology, our minds mirror that same scattered energy. A Zen teacher once told a story about a young monk who was given a single bowl for eating, drinking, and daily meditation. This bowl, the teacher said, is your mind. Keep it clean, it will serve you well. Let it be cluttered, and it will distract you from what is truly important. Our digital devices function in much the same way. When we allow them to encroach on every corner of our lives, piling up on chairs, beds, and countertops, they become symbols of scattered focus, financial instability, and emotional unrest. I once visited a friend who constantly complained of feeling overwhelmed. Her home was filled with electronics in disarray. Her laptop was on the couch, her phone lay face down on the dinner table, and her tablet was under a pile of papers. She admitted that she never felt truly present, always checking her devices, but never feeling in control of her time. When she decided to designate a single space for her electronics, keeping her phone in one spot and her laptop at her desk, she found an immediate sense of relief. I feel like I have my life back, she told me. I decide when I engage, rather than letting them dictate my attention. The lesson here is simple, yet transformative. Be intentional with your digital space. Set clear boundaries. Have a designated place for your devices, and make a conscious effort to limit their intrusion into areas meant for rest, connection, or reflection. By doing so, you regain control over your focus and create a space that fosters mindfulness and abundance. Technology is a tool, but without boundaries, it becomes a source of distraction rather than empowerment. By becoming mindful of these seemingly trivial habits, we shift the energy of our surroundings, creating an environment that nurtures prosperity, balance, and inner peace. Small changes in how we treat our belongings can lead to profound transformations in our lives. Observe your space with awareness, make intentional choices, and watch as the energy in your home shifts to align with abundance and fulfillment. Mirrors, reflecting energy. Mirrors have a profound impact on energy. They are not just passive objects reflecting our image. They amplify the energy of whatever they capture. This is why in Buddhist philosophy, self-awareness is considered essential for harmony. If a mirror is placed haphazardly, on a chair, facing clutter, or reflecting darkness, it can magnify chaos and instability. I recall a conversation with a meditation teacher who spoke of a temple where mirrors were placed only in areas that reflected natural light and open space. A mirror, she explained, should remind you of clarity, not confusion. It should reflect a path forward, not the obstacles behind you. The placement of mirrors in our homes should follow this same principle. A friend once told me how she used to have a mirror right across from her work desk, and she always felt uneasy while working. After learning about the energetic impact of mirrors, she repositioned it to reflect a serene outdoor view instead. The difference was immediate. Her focus improved, and she felt an overwhelming sense of peace. To use mirrors effectively, place them where they reflect light and openness rather than clutter and disorder. A well-placed mirror can expand energy flow, making a space feel more open and inviting. But if a mirror reflects a pile of unpaid bills, a messy room, or a place of stress, it may reinforce negative energy. Be mindful of what your mirrors reflect, as they can shape the energy within your space, subtly influencing your emotional and financial well-being. Sharp objects, cutting prosperity knives, scissors, and other sharp objects symbolize severance, not just in a physical sense, but in an energetic one as well. In Buddhist teachings, mindfulness is not only about thoughts and meditation, but also about how we interact with the physical world. If we place sharp objects haphazardly on chairs, tables, or countertops, they can metaphorically cut away opportunities, stability, and even peace of mind. I once heard a Buddhist monk explain that everything we touch carries an intention. A blade, for example, can be used to prepare food with love or to create division. He told the story of a man who kept his scissors on his bedside table, never considering its impact. Over time, the man experienced increasing arguments with his family and felt distant from his work. When the monk suggested he place the scissors in a drawer and store them properly, the man saw a noticeable shift. His home became more harmonious and his relationships improved. This story illustrates that disorder, even in small ways, affects the energy around us. When sharp objects are left scattered, they create a subconscious sense of instability and tension. The act of storing them properly not only ensures safety, but also preserves the flow of abundance in life. Treating sharp objects with respect symbolizes a mindful and intentional life, one where energy flows without interruption. In Buddhist temples, knives and other cutting tools are kept in designated areas, never left in open spaces where they might disturb the balance of the environment. This practice reflects the understanding that everything has its place, and when we align our surroundings with intention, we cultivate inner and outer harmony. If you find yourself feeling disconnected, lacking financial stability, or experiencing conflict, take a moment to observe where sharp objects are placed in your home. Keeping them stored properly is a small but meaningful way to foster balance, protection, and prosperity. Dirty dishes and unfinished business. Leaving dirty dishes on a chair or anywhere in the home represents unresolved matters and procrastination. In Buddhist teachings, taking immediate action in small, everyday activities is an essential part of cultivating mindfulness. When we neglect these simple responsibilities, we unknowingly invite stagnation into our lives. A Zen master once told his students, "The way you do one thing is the way you do everything." He instructed them to wash their dishes immediately after eating, not just to maintain cleanliness, but as a practice of completing one task before moving to the next. This lesson applies to every aspect of our lives, including finances, relationships, and personal growth. I once visited a friend who often expressed frustration about feeling stuck in life. As we sat in her kitchen, I noticed a pile of dishes from the day before, stacked in the sink. When I gently asked why she hadn't washed them, she admitted that she kept putting it off, just like many other things in her life. I encouraged her to try an experiment, to wash her dishes immediately after meals for 1 week and observe if anything changed. By the end of the week, she felt a renewed sense of control, not just over her kitchen, but over her time and priorities. This small act of mindfulness, cleaning up immediately, symbolizes a readiness to move forward and embrace new opportunities. It ensures that energy remains fresh and inviting, allowing a continuous flow of abundance in all aspects of life. Dead plants in the absence of growth plants represent life, renewal, and continuous growth. They bring freshness, oxygen, and a sense of harmony to our surroundings. However, when a plant wilts and dies, it no longer serves as a source of vitality, but rather as a symbol of stagnation and decay. In Buddhist teachings, nature is viewed as a direct reflection of our internal state. If we surround ourselves with lifeless, neglected plants, we may unconsciously reinforce patterns of inertia and missed opportunities in our lives. A Zen teacher once shared a parable about a traveler who came across 2 gardens, one lush, filled with vibrant flowers and thriving trees, while the other was barren, filled with withered stems and dried leaves. "Which of these gardens," the teacher asked, "belongs to a mind at peace?" The lesson was clear. A well-tended garden symbolizes a mind that is nurtured and open to growth, while a neglected one mirrors stagnation and lost potential. I recall a friend who kept a collection of dried flowers in her living room. Over time, she began to feel weighed down, experiencing financial struggles and a sense of emotional heaviness. When she finally replaced the dried flowers with fresh ones, she noticed an immediate shift. Her mood lightened, her energy improved, and even unexpected career opportunities emerged. This experience underscored the powerful connection between our physical environment and our personal growth. If you have dead plants or dried flowers in your home, consider replacing them with healthy, thriving greenery. Even small efforts like watering a plant regularly or repotting it when needed signify a commitment to nurturing new opportunities and allowing life to flow freely. Just as caring for a plant requires mindfulness, tending to our own personal and financial growth requires awareness, effort, and a willingness to embrace change. By keeping living plants in our environment, we align ourselves with the principles of renewal and abundance. A home filled with vibrant greenery fosters a mindset of prosperity, reminding us that growth is always possible, both materially and spiritually. Empty bags and the energy of lack. An empty purse left on a chair can symbolize financial emptiness. Buddhist wisdom teaches that our beliefs shape our reality, and our physical environment often reflects the state of our minds. If you constantly find yourself leaving your bag or wallet empty, it may unconsciously reinforce a sense of lack, scarcity, and limitation in your financial life. I once heard a Buddhist teacher tell a story about a merchant who always kept a single coin in his pocket, even in the toughest of times. "This coin," he would say, "is proof that I am never truly empty-handed." He believed that as long as he had something, no matter how small, he was in a state of abundance rather than lack. Over time, this mindset attracted more opportunities and financial stability into his life. The same principle applies to our bags and wallets. If we leave them empty, we may unknowingly send a message to the universe that we expect scarcity. But by keeping even a small amount of money inside, a symbolic gesture of abundance, we reinforce the idea that prosperity is always flowing into our lives. A friend of mine who struggled with financial instability once made a simple change. She always placed a small bill in her purse and treated it with care, never allowing it to be completely empty. She later told me that this small act shifted her mindset. She started to feel more financially secure, and soon after, new career opportunities began to emerge. Buddhism teaches that our external world is a reflection of our inner world. By mindfully keeping even a small amount of money in our bags, we cultivate an inner sense of security and trust in the flow of abundance. This practice, though seemingly minor, serves as a powerful reminder that wealth is not just about what we have. It is about the energy and mindset we carry. By becoming mindful of these seemingly trivial habits, we shift the energy of our surroundings, creating an environment that nurtures prosperity, balance, and inner peace. Small changes in how we treat our belongings can lead to profound transformations in our lives. Observe your space with awareness, make intentional choices, and watch as the energy in your home shifts to align with abundance and fulfillment.